Hi, this is Kevin Landigan at Nashua Telegraph.com. Clearly, as folks know, the Obamacare exchange program, the so-called healthcare.gov website, has been an absolute disaster. A lot of problems with it. And we've seen, certainly, senior U.S. Senator Jeanne Shaheen, the Democrat who's up for re-election in 2014, trying to create some space between all this unrest and problems, and trying to see if she can manage through that minefield. She supported the Affordable Care Act and certainly can't run away from that vote. And Republicans have been very critical of her for not supporting putting off the individual mandate that's going to occur on January 1st, and that's causing a lot of these problems. But she has pushed for extending the enrollment period past the end of March, and as we saw, more than 15 Democratic senators, all of whom are up for re-election in 2014, met with President Obama privately earlier this week, and Jeanne Shaheen was one of them. And this topic came up. A lot of support among these Democratic senators for moving this enrollment deadline back. President Obama hasn't committed to doing that yet, but if these problems aren't resolved pretty soon, I think Shaheen's going to probably declare victory at some point, because I think in all likelihood this enrollment period is going to be moved off. I also think there's a strong likelihood that this administration is not going to start enforcing the penalty for people who don't sign up on time, because that's another big concern people have expressed. I'm not able to enroll. What if I can't enroll? Are you going to enforce the penalty against me and make me pay a fine to the federal government? I think that could well be waived by this administration. We'll see. But meanwhile, Republicans are having a field day with this issue. We're seeing the Republican congressional candidates, Gary Lambert, very critical of Annie Kuster and her support for the Affordable Care Act in the 2nd District. Frank Ginta, the Republican seeking a rematch against Congresswoman Carol Shea Porter, also very critical of the Affordable Care Act and the problems with the ACA. And we're going to see that certainly going forward. I think right now, this issue looks like a major negative. We saw in the Virginia governor's race nationally how it kind of propped up a very weak Republican candidate for governor, who was outspent by more than 2-1 by the Democrat Terry McAuliffe, who won that race. The issue played very well for Republicans in that race. I think in all likelihood, Obamacare is going to be a drag for Democrats in this midterm election, and folks like Jeanne Shaheen are going to, and the Democratic congresswomen are going to have to figure out a way to deflect a lot of that anger away from them.